Hey, good morning, everyone. It's 11:45 right now. We are on June 5th, which makes day 47 here in Thailand. As you can see outside here, it is coming down like hard, like the sideways type rain with wind and everything. Hard gusts of wind. Right now it seems kind of calm on the wind, but the rain's still just coming down really hard. So today looks like it's going to be just a zero, like a day of just staying indoors, maybe running to 7-Eleven to get something to eat, but that's just literally right across the street, so that's one nice thing, I guess. And they're everywhere, so they're not far to find. Yeah, guys, it doesn't look like I'm going to be doing much exploring today. I'll just probably be on the internet, watching YouTube videos or something like that. Yeah, there's not much you can do about this. And I think I left my rain gear out on my bicycle, so it's going to be soaking wet anyway. I mean, it's rain gear, it's supposed to be soaking wet, so. Yeah, guys, sorry, not too much going on in, I think the place we're called is Ao Nang in Krabi. It looks very nice, it really does. I mean, it's like right up against the mountains and stuff. Beautiful mountains and stuff. It's just, I can't get out in the rain, and not this type of rain. So I'll just wait and see if it eases up at all. And between the raindrops, let's see if I can run out and film something. Alright, guys. So it's 1:33 right now. It looks like there's a small break in the weather, so I'm gonna get out. My shoes have seen way better days. I mean, let's see, a big ass hole in the bottom. So I wore them all the way through. This is just the right foot. The other one's a little bit better condition, but not by much. There's a hole going right through it. So I need to go find, yeah, there's a good shot of how tore up that is. I gotta at least go find some new shoes somewhere. So, fun. But at least it gives me something to do, and the weather's calmed down a little bit. Thank you. On the lookout for shoe stores. It's my main goal today, and not to get completely soaked. Yeah, this is a nice little town. Obviously this is the off season, so it's a little nicer, probably with less people. So there's a nice little fruit stand here. Actually, so 50 baht. Most everything's just 50 baht. They have everything up on the menu. There's nice, so you can see the prices beforehand. And they actually had this right here. So for 50 baht, it's a fresh cut fruit, rice, and like a dipping sauce. So that's what I got. Thank you. Anyway guys, yeah, I was tempted. You know, $1.50, some fresh fruit. And I found some sandals that I had to just use for right now. Red apple sandals, which are made here in Thailand. They're just the full form ones. That means they're not glued together or anything. They're just all one big piece, so they won't fall apart like that one pair I ended up getting. Those were Adda, A-D-D-A, another Thailand brand, and probably a knockoff one. Place was trying to sell them for 1,200, but I'm like, oh, is that what this? And then I checked online, and it looked like the average price was going between 250 and 300 baht. I mean, besides the Shopee, I'm not talking about Shopee. Shopee's like a one of those places that got really cheap junk that they sell everybody. Kind of like, well, anyway. So I try not to go by their Shopee's price listing at all, but they're the only ones that usually try and pop up when you're trying to find out a price for something. So for 200 baht, I got these. That was an average price. When I asked him how much they were right off the bat, he gave me basically a fair price, and I talked him down from 250 to 200. I know that's still $6, but I guess there's a greater chance, since being made in Thailand, that they're not knockoffs. Anyway, these are just to hold on for a little while. I know, Tom, you mentioned the other two brands. I could not find any of those. I'll keep an eye open for them. Like I said, they are everywhere here in Thailand. And I'll still look for those brands. I just need to keep an eye open for them. Right now, they don't have them. So I looked everywhere. Hi guys.
나는 8월에 놀.
Sadika. No, thank you. Maybe later.
Where you from?
America.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Have a nice
You too. Hello. Hey, buddy. Well, I'm all the way down to the very end of this, where the beach meets the rock. And it looks like there's a walkway over here. Unfortunately, looks like there's no knife fighting with the monkeys. So that won't happen today. No knife fights. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. There's the old set. So, I don't know what possessed me to climb a mountain in the rain. But it was here, so I started following it up, and now I started, so I'm determined. He did it. How you doing, brother? Hi ho, hi ho. Okay, I flattened out a little up here. So I looked it up real quick. This is called Monkey Trail. It should be fairly easy to remember. Hello. And I don't know how far it goes actually. Hey. You can kind of see a view. Sorry, I was trying to point it through the trees. Anyway, I'm going to follow it, see how far it goes. Now it looks like Monkey Trail descends on the other side, and there's a beach, it looks like. Right down there. So this area is personal space. If you want to go inside and relax, sign your entry and exit times. No entrance fee required, and there is no time limit because our beach has an opening and closing times. 6 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. So on the other side of the island, or on the other side of Monkey Trail, this beach is private, but they're allowing people. I mean, I guess that's what it means. It means it's private, but the person's allowing people here. I don't know. That's crazy. Look at those people walking on that thing out there in the waves. That would be fun. Yeah, that would be kind of fun. they're gonna try and get that out. That's crazy. Those guys are trying to wheel a cart out to the end. I'm assuming for that boat that's waiting over there. They got gusto. Looks like something happened here. Yeah, the way everything's like taken out of the rooms and out on the lawn, and how the fencing here is all like tumbled over. It looks like they probably had a really bad storm out here and that they're recovering from it. The lights are like down, and yeah. I mean, I don't see a whole lot of sand on the grass. That's the only reason. I don't know. It's like they're recovering from something though. Okay, guys. This looks like the end of the line here. I go back now. Alright guys, that's it. We had a good walk. We took monkey trail from one side of the beach over the rocks into this little, looked like a washed out resort that they're recovering. They're obviously cleaning up from something, debris and stuff around, but It looks like they're going through the recovery efforts right now. So, but that's a nice little beach on this side. So I'm heading back now. One last look. Alright, those guys made it. Yay! They loaded up the boat out there. Alright, time to go. That's simple. Hey, what's up, guys? I made it back okay. It's 5:31 right now. I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna throw this all together. I'm up on the patio right now just because down below they're blurring the music again, you know, so I don't want, you know, to get flagged or anything like that or restricted by YouTube. So I'm up here just filming some closing remarks. I got a kebab. Actually, I got two kebabs. Chicken kebabs. They're 80. So, I mean, 80 is actually an average price each. 60 is actually more like Bangkok was 60 when you could find it on the street. And I'm probably if shop around and find it somewhere cheaper, but that's not too bad for the prices here in this. So it's a touristy town. But I was able to get down to the beach even with all the raining, make it up and over Monkey Trail and down to the other side, to the other beach on the other side. So all in all, it wasn't bad. I mean, and 5:32 is not a bad closing time anyway. Get this all done and thrown up on YouTube and maybe get to bed early. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to look at the weather and stuff like this. Tom, you shot some figures at me, how long it'll actually take me to get to the border. And it looks like I got plenty of time. I'll relook at those numbers and also... and thanks for the help with BJ, or what's his name, needed some help on the American Hobo Telegram board. And Tom went out of his way to find all the information the guy needed. So I thought that was really cool. It's because I'm going to need some help like that too, and you have been helping me. So thank you, brother. Other than that, yeah, I'm going to try and figure out maybe a little bit of a plan to do. It wouldn't hurt for me to stay another day here. I'm at a $3 hostel, you know what I'm saying, with a 7-Eleven right across the street. That's a hobo's paradise right there. So anyway, guys, I'm going to say good night, y'all, and I'm going to get to editing. All right, see you tomorrow.